Question number 1. A sum is invested at a compound interest yearly. If the interest for the 2 successive years, so that means they are given you interest, compound interest for year 1. How much? 5,700. Compound interest for year 2. How much? 7,410. Calculate the rate. Guys, I hope you remember, no information about principal, no information, other relevant information is available. The only information is compound interest 1 and compound interest 2. So we have a formula, direct formula, CI2 equals to CI1 plus interest on CI1. Apply the formula. 7410 is equal to CI1 5700 plus interest on CI1. That means interest on 5700. So 5700 multiplied by rate, we don't know, into time, it's 1 year. From 1 to 2, so it is 1 year. The whole upon 100. 0, 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled. We are left with 7410. My dear friend, remember, this is a different story. Don't mix this together. Send this 5700, push it on this side. So 5700. What we are left with? 57 R. 57 R. That's it. So now, let's do this calculation. 10 minus this, 10. 14. 14 minus 7, 7. 6 minus 1 equals to 57 R. Therefore, R equals to 1710 upon 57. 57 ones are, 3s are. The answer would be 30%. I hope, my dear friends, how important that formula was, you can imagine. This time, you cannot use the normal formula that we have done for exercise 1 and 2. Those were having the different details. But whenever they will bypass or straight away move from year 1 to year 2 and the interest or the principal or the amount is given, we will always adopt this type of formula. This is question number 1 and this is our exercise 2C. Alright, let us move on to the next question. Exercise 2C is based on the concept which is as under. Compound interest for second year is equal to compound interest for first year plus interest on the same amount. That means interest on compound interest for first year. In other words, CI 5 will be equal to, if this is 5, this will be 4 plus interest on CI 4. If I have P4, P4 can be written as P3, exactly 1 less, plus interest on P3. When I write CI6, it would mean CI5 plus interest on CI5. When I say CI3, it means CI2 plus interest on CI2. What do you mean by interest on CI2? It means CI2 plus CI2 into R into T upon 100. Remember, we are doing this for 1 consecutive year. So my T will always be 1. My T will always be 1 and rate will be given to us in the question. Say, can you please give an illustration to prove your point that this is likely going to behave in the same pattern? So my answer to this question is, let us consider one example to prove this. Assume your principal is 50,000. Rate of interest 10%. Time period 2 years. So generally what we do? We find out CI for year 1, 50,000 multiply by rate 10% for 1 year. That's going to be how much? Sir, rupees 5,000. Absolutely right. What about P2? So P2 would be 50,000 plus 5,000. That would be 55,000. Absolutely right. How do you find CI2? So CI2 would be 55,000 into 10% for 1 year. So how much it is going to be? Sir, it's going to be 5500. Absolutely right. So, sir, I know how to find all these things. Now, I am going to establish this relation over here, whether this is right or wrong. Can I find CI2 by using this? I will not use the method of CI2. I am not using this formula. This time I am using the above formula. How? CI2 equals to CI1. Do I have CI1? Yes, sir, we have CI1. How much? 5,000. Plus interest on CI1. So interest on 5,000. So on 5,000 at the rate of, what is the rate? 10%. For how many years? So we are moving from 2 to 1. So 1 year. Check it. So you get 5,000 plus 500. That is rupees 5,500. So we got our CI2 without using this. So but then I have a very simple question. Why should I use this formula when this is so comfortable? My dear friend, these formulas will be used in special times. What time? Whenever they will give you CI1 and CI2. For example, the question is CI1 is 5,000. CI2 is 5,500. Fine. Principal is how much and the rate of interest is how much. So they have given you only two information, CI1 and CI2. So the gap, the bridge, there is only one possibility by means of which you can solve this question. And that is by using such formulas. Link formula. Linking between year 1 and year 2. Interest to interest can be applied. So if I use the formula 5,500 is equal to CI1. CI1 is 5,000 plus interest on CI1. Interest on 5,000. 5,000 into what is the rate of interest? Now the rate of interest is not given to me. That is what I have to find. Rate of interest. What is the time period? 1 year. Because between first and second there is a gap of 1 year. Now when we solve this, what do you get? 5,500. Can I subtract this 5,000? Yes, sir. What you are left with? Sir, we are left with 50 R. 5,500 minus 5,000 is 500 equals to 50 R. Therefore, R equals to 500 upon 50, that is 10%. I hope you remember this is a simple way of finding. Trust me, my dear friends, this formula are not just restricted to interest only, but the formulas can be applied in principal as well. You can write P4 equals to P3 plus interest on P3. You can even write amount 5 equals to amount 4 plus interest on amount 4. So these formulas are versatile. Can be used for principal, can be used for interest, and can also be used for amount. Let us take one more example. But before we proceed with the example, one must believe in the fact that CI3 will be equal to CI2 plus interest on CI2. Principal 4 can be written as principal 3 plus interest on principal 3. If you follow this examples, I am sure you will understand each and every aspect of compound interest, at least for this exercise. Let us move on doing the questions from this exercise. Question number 2. A certain sum of money is put at a compound interest, compounded half yearly. Now this time it is given that the interest is compounded half yearly. So after every 6 months. If the interest for the 2 consecutive half years. Okay. So compound interest for first half is 650. Compound interest for the first half. For the second half is given to as 760 rupees and 50 paise. My question is exactly the same like the previous question. The only difference that I can see is the gap is of 6 months. This is at the end of 6 months, whereas this is at the end of 12 months. In the previous case, it was year 1 and year 2. In this case, it is 6 months and 12 months. Two different compound interest at two different periods. At the end of 6 months, at the end of 12 months. How we work out? So simple. CI2, that means CI at the end of 1 year will be, or you can simply give the notation CI2 equals to CI1 plus interest on CI1. Tell me how much is the compound interest at the end of 12 months? Sir, it is 760.50. How much is the compound interest at the end of 6 months? 650 plus interest on CI1. That means interest on 650 at what rate? Sir, not known to us. What about the time duration? Sir, time duration is 6 months because 6 months and 12 months. So the gap is 6 months. 6 months would mean half year. We always take per annum. So 6 months would be half year. This is very crucial. This is very important. You must note this. Now what? Sir, please shift this 650 on this side. 760.50 minus 650 will give you 650 multiply by R multiply by half. Is there any possibility of cancellation? Yes, sir. So this will result in 650 will become 325. Let us do this calculation. 0.50. 760. 60 minus 50. 10. 7 minus 6. 1. Equals to 325 R. My dear friends, there is one more thing, an element of 100. Let's not forget, rate is always per annum. 100 multiplied by 2. So the same 100 is there over here, which will come on this side. So now if you multiply this two, you get rate equals to 100 multiplied by this will be 11050. So basically this decimal will go off upon 325. When we do this calculation, 325. So 1 can we divide by 25? Yes, sir. In 25 ones are, we are left with 25 ones are 7 and 3s are. What about this, sir? 25 4s are 100. We are left with 10. 25 4s are 100. We are left with 5 and 2. So 442 upon 13. 13 3s are 39. We are left with 52 and 4s are. So finally my answer is rate is 34%. So my dear friends, the only change that I can see in this question is here the compound interest for the two different period was a period duration of 6 months. Whereas the previous question, the period duration was 1 year. Rest else things are all similar and same. Let us move on to the next question. Question number 3. Now question number 3 is exactly same as question number 1 with the additional thing that we have to find principal also. A certain sum. Now they are saying that I don't know what is the sum. So how much is the principal? That is not known to us. A certain sum amounts to, so this time it is amount, amounts to 5292 in 2 years. Amount at the end of 2 years is 5292 and 5556.60 at the end of 3 years. Amount at the end of 3 years would be 5556.60. Certain sum, we don't know the sum. Amount at the end of second year, amount at the end of third year. So basically two different amount. It is directly bypass. What to do? So we will use the formula amount 3 equals to A2 plus interest on A2. Simply substitute the values, my dear friends. 5556.60 equals to A2 5292. Absolutely right. Plus interest on A2. That means 5292 into R into 1. Why? From second year to third year, there is a gap of 1 year upon 100. So can I say 5556.60? Shift this side. Minus 5292. That will result in 5292 into R upon 100. Can we solve this? Of course, sir. This will be 60. 6 minus 2, that would be 4. 5, so 15 minus 9, 6. 4 minus 2, 2. 5 minus 5, 0. That will give you into 100 equals to 5292R. Now what is our job? Our job is to find out this calculation. 26460 is equal to 5292R. Can you find the value of R? R would be 5, 2, 6, 4, 6, 0. Divide by 5292. Now if you look into this, I guess 5292 into 5 will give me the same result. So that will come up to 5%. What is the question asked? Question asked is find out the rate of interest. So we found out the rate of interest. We found out the rate, and the rate was 5%. So knowing the fact that rate is 5%, amount at the end of second year available, amount at the end of third year is available, but the matter of the fact is principal is not available. What to do? So what we will do is let principal be rupees 1000. Can you find out CI1? Yes, sir. 1000 multiplied by rate is 5% into 1, that is rupees 50. So what will be P2? Sir, P2 would be 1000 plus 50, that is 1050. Absolutely right. After that, sir, compound interest for second year would be 1050 into 5 upon 100. 0 cancel 0. 525 upon 10. That gives you 52 rupees and 50 paise. That means what will be your amount at the end of second year? So amount at the end of second year would be my principal 1050 plus interest for second year 52 rupees and 50 paise. I am finding A2. Why? Because A2 is given to me. So I am finding A2 so that I can compare by unitary method. 1050 plus 52, 1102. So my dear friends, here we go. Knowing the fact that when the principal is 1000, amount at the end of second year would be 1102.50. What has happened is, in the first phase, they asked us the rate. That means what is the rate of interest. So by comparing the formula, I found out the rate of interest. After finding the rate, which was 5%, they are asking us principal also. Since I am not having the principal, I assume principal to be 1000. Then I am processing my principal to find out CI1, that we get P2, CI2, we get amount at the end of second year. So I got amount at the end of second year. That means whatever your principal deployed plus the interest that you earn would be amount at the end of second year. When principal is 1000, amount is 1102.50. When amount is 5292, what would be the principal? Same unitary method, cross multiply, x equals to 1, 1. X equals to 1000. Multiply by 5292 divided by 1102.50. So basically 1000 into 5292 into 10 upon 11025. When you do this calculation further, your answer would be 4000. Your answer would be rupees 4800. Therefore, principal equals to rupees 4800. My dear friends, this question is very similar to most of the questions that we have done. Here, what we have to do is, rate is given to us, amount at the end of second year is given to us. What about the principal? We don't know the principal. So let the principal be 1000. I'm processing, finding out first year interest. So I get amount at the end of first year. Second year interest, I get amount at the end of second year. Principal is 1000. So amount at the end of second year is this. Amount at the end of second year is this. So principal is how much? And you get your principal. Let us move on to question number 4. The question says, compound interest calculated annually on a certain sum of money. Certain sum of money, again principal not given to us. So compound interest calculated annually on a certain sum of money for second year. Now they are saying that compound interest for second year is 1089. So compound interest for second year is 1089. And for third year it is, so compound interest for third year is 1197.90. Principal not available. Compound interest for second year available. Compound interest for third year available. My dear students, my request would be kindly write the instructions given to you in the question. Please write the data appropriately, because once you write the data appropriately, it becomes very easy to process. If you will copy the questions in haste, you may probably not be able to interpret the question. Most important thing is you rightly interpret the questions, write the data properly. If the data is correct, then the processing will give you the right output. If the data is only incorrect, your best processing will also give you the false output. So what will happen? We will be wasting our resource, time and energy both. To avoid that, spend some time in reading the questions carefully. They say that the compound interest calculated yearly on a certain sum of money for the second year is 1089, and for the third year it is 1197.90. Calculate the rate of interest and the sum of money. My friends, you all know how to find the rate of interest. This is what exactly we did in the previous question also. CI3 would be CI2 plus interest on CI2. In the previous question we did A3 equals to A2 plus interest on A2. CI3 equals to CI2. Substitute their values. 1197.90 is equal to 1089 plus 1089 into rate not available, time 1 year from year 2 to year 3. The whole upon 100. Can we shift this side? 1197.90 minus 1089 should give you how much? Sir, 1089 R upon 100. Can we subtract this? Of course. 0.90. 7 minus 9. 17 minus 9. That will give you 8. 9 become 8. 8 minus 8. Sir, 0. 11 minus 10. 1 equals to 1089 R. This 100 will push over here. So what do you get? So 10890 equals to 1089 R. Therefore R equals to 10%. Such a simple way of doing it. From here on, my question remains the same. Since principal is not available, so I would say let principal equals to rupees 1000. What will I do? Sir, find compound interest for first year. 1000 into rate is 10%. 10 upon 100 into 1. So my compound interest would be 100. What will be your amount at the end of first year? Sir, amount at the end of first year would be 1000 plus 100. That would be 1100. Fantastic. Am I interested in this? No. We are interested in compound interest. So we will erase this and we will call our normal notation P2. What will be P2? So we started with 1000. We earned 100. So that becomes 1100. What will be the compound interest for second year? So compound interest for second year would be 1100 multiplied by 10% for 1 year. Yes. How much is that? So it will come up to 110. Wonderful. Wonderful. We got compound interest for second year. We have compound interest for second year. So now, unitary method. If principal is 1000, compound interest for second year is 110. So when the compound interest is 1089, how much will be the principal? Yes. So how can we do it? By unitary method. So my x would be 1089 multiplied by 1000 upon 110. 0 cancel 0. 11 nines are 99. Again 9s are 99. 0 0 rupees. So my dear friends, my principal would be this. So I started with here. This is the first part. Then I started from here. This is the second part. Then I started from here. This is the third part. And then I finished over here. This is the fourth part. I'm really sorry, but then the space constraint is there. I'm conducting the class from my residence and not from my classes, as because of the lockdown, the condition is extremely adverse. But I'm sure the show must go on, and definitely we will do so. And I'm sure you guys will cooperate on that. And you guys will have a, trust me, gala time. I will not compromise with respect to anything. Let it what it takes. You will be definitely rewarded. So this is question number 4. One more time. CI2 and CI3 was given. Let us use the linking formula, the bridge formula. CI3, CI2 interest on this. I found out applying the same principle, rate which was very simple, 10%. Knowing rate is available 10%, principal is not available. I am presuming principal to be 1000. Find C1, P2, C2. So we found out compound interest on 1000 rupees for second year. We are not taking total interest, just interest for second year. This is interest for second year. If principal is 1000, interest for second year is 110. Interest for second year is 1089. How much is the principal? We got our principal, which is nothing but 9900. Question number 5. So we begin with question number 5. Mohit invests rupees 8000 for 3 years at certain rate of interest. So Mohit is investing, principal amount would be rupees 8000 at certain rate of interest for time period 3 years. This information is given to us in the question. Compounded annually. At the end of 1 year, it amounts to rupees 9440. At the end of 1 year, 9440. It is a very, very simple question. We can find out the rate of interest certainly. As we know, the interest for the first year on 8000. So what we will do? Sir, compound interest for first year would be 8000. What is the rate of interest? Not known. Time 1 year. The whole upon 100. 0, 0, 0, 0. So my compound interest would be 80R. What is the amount? Amount is defined as principal plus interest. Amount is at the end of 1 year 9440. Because this is the amount at the end of 1 year, I have included interest only for 1 year. Principal 8000 plus interest 80R. Can we shift this 8000 on this side? 9440 minus 8000 will give you 80R. So 1440 equals to 80R. Cancels. Therefore, R equals to 144 upon 8. That will be how much? 8 ones are 8. Remains 6. 64. 8 8s are 64. So I get rate of interest as 18%. You know, the first part of the question is find the rate of interest per annum. So it will be 18% per annum. The second part of the question is find the amount at the end of second year. So we have to find out the amount at the end of second year is how much. We can follow the formula. Amount at the end of second year equals to A2 equals to A1 plus interest on A1. How much is A1? So it's already given to us. 9440. Absolutely right. Plus interest on 9440. 9440 multiply by rate of interest is 18% for 1 year. So when you find this, 0 cancels 0. 9440 plus 944 multiply by 18. So 944 multiply by 18, 32, 3, 2, 3 will go up, 32, 35, 5, 3, 72, 75, 0, 4, 4, 9, 2, 9, 9 and 16. So it will be 16992 upon 10. That would be 9440 plus 1699.20. So my dear friends, if you add them up, what will be the amount at the end of second year? 9, alright. 9 and 4, 13, alright. 7 and 4, 11, 1. So 10 and 1, 11. So the amount at the end of second year would be 11139.20. Of course, the amount is in decimal, but that should not bother us at all because the answers could be in decimal also. Let us see the third part of the question. The third part says, find the interest accrued in the third year. We certainly know the amount at the end of second year is this. So compound interest for third year would certainly be interest on this amount only. Because amount at the end of second year, A2 is nothing but P3. Amount at the end of second year will become principal for year 3. So now what we do is we have to find interest for year 3. So it will be 11139.20 into 18% for 1 year. Of course, whatever amount you get, that would be your answer of compound interest for year 3. And when you solve this, I think somewhat you will get 2005 rupees and some paise. Not too sure, but most likely it will be 056. You can check it out. Of course, you'll have to do that by yourself. So the question was very simple. Mohit invested 8,000. After 1 year, it became 9440. Time period 3 years, but this is amount at the end of first year. So 8,000 became 9440 in just 1 year. Compound interest for first year 8,000. The rate we don't know. Time 1 year. So 80R is the interest earned in 1 year. As you know, amount equals to principal plus interest. Amount at the end of 1 year equals to principal plus interest earned in 1 year. So when we solve this equation, we got rate as 18%. So the first part of the question is find the rate. Second part, they are asking to find out what is the amount at the end of second year. Amount at the end of second year is amount at the end of first year plus interest on the same. We found out it was merely a calculation. Then they are asking amount at the end of, they are asking us the interest accrued in third year. So we just have to find the interest for third year. How can we find the interest for third year? Very simple. So this is the amount at the end of second year, which is nothing but the principal for third year. And on that 18% for 1 year, which will be 2005 rupees 0.056 paise. Let us move on to the next question. Number 6. In question number 6, it is given Geeta borrowed 15,000 for 18 months at certain rate of interest compounded semi-annually. So we have to read our data and make our statement very, very clear. Principal is rupees 15,000. Rate of interest is given to us. It is given at certain rate, so we don't know, but it is half yearly. Now what is the time duration? Time is 18 months. This is also given to us in the question. So Geeta borrowed 15,000 for 18 months at a certain rate of interest compounded semi-annually. If at the end of 6 months it amounted to, so that means at the end of 6 months my amount was 15,600. You have to find the rate of interest. This is a similar question what we did in case of Mohit, the previous question. In case of Mohit, the amount was given at the end of year 1. Here they had given the amount at the end of 6 months. So can you find compound interest for 6 months? Yes, sir. How? Principal into rate, so not known. Into time, yes, sir. 6 months only. So half. So how much it will come up to? Upon 100. Because rate is always expressed as a percentage. So we can write this as into half. So now 0, 0, 0, 0. 150 divided by 2, 75 R. So my compound interest for 6 months would be 75 R. What would be the amount? So amount equals to principal plus interest. Is the amount given at the end of 6 months? Yes, sir. Amount at the end of 6 months is 15,600. What is the principal? Sir, 15,000. What about I? 75 R. Now when you solve this, 600 equals to 75 R. Therefore, R equals to 600 upon 75, which is nothing but 8%. Brilliant. So, same way what we did for Mohit, we are doing the same thing for Geeta as well. Geeta invested 15,000. After 6 months, she got 15,600. Since the amount is after 6 months, we are finding interest for 6 months. Interest for 6 months is 75 R. So amount equals to principal plus interest. Amount is substituted. P is 15,000. Interest is 75 R. When I shift this 15,000, 15,600 minus 15,000 becomes 600, which is equal to 75 R, and we got the value of R, which is 8%. Next part, they are asking us find the total amount of money that Geeta must pay at the end of 18 months in order to clear the amount. Since we know that Geeta borrowed 15,000, so after 6 months it is 15,600. So now compound interest for next 6 months would be on 15,600. What rate? Sir, 8%. How much? Sir, 6 months, so we will take half. Half year is 6 months. 0 cancel 0, 0 cancel 0, 2 ones are, 2 fours are. Sir, the interest amount will be 424, 4 and 2, 20 and 22, 2 so 2, 4 ones are 4, 624. Sir, the interest would be 624. So, amount due after 12 months would be 15,600 was the amount plus 624 interest that you have to pay. When you add them together, 224, 6, 6, 12, 1. So it will be 16,224. This is the amount due after 12 months. You can also call it P3. Now you have to find compound interest for last 6 months. That means compound interest at the end of 18th month, because we are following a sequence of 6 months. This is 6 months, this is next 6 months, now the next one. So compound interest after 6 months, 6 more months. 16224 multiply by, what is the rate? So 8% into half, because every time we are taking 6 months. 1 and 4. So 16224 multiply by 4 upon 100. 1661. This will be 8 and 9. This will be 8. This will be 24. 4 and 2. 4, 6. So basically this upon 100, which will give me rupees 648.96. So in case if Geeta wants to repay the entire loan, total amount of loan with interest would be, as you know very well my dear friends, 16,224 plus 648.96. Of course, this is the total amount that she needs to pay in order to clear the dues. How much it will come up to? It will be 16,872. My dear friends, we are doing almost all the sums. Most of the sums are of the same type. I borrowed a money. So I borrowed a money. I don't know at what rate I borrowed. But they gave me that at the end of 6 months, it will amount to 15,600. Since 15,000 will become 15,600, so I knew that the interest is 600 rupees for the first year. But I wanted to know the rate of interest. So I am saying interest of first 6 months would be principal into rate into time. So that way we got my compound interest for first 6 months as 75 hour. We know that amount equals to principal plus interest. Amount is 15,600, principal is 15,000, interest is 75 hour. Please solve that to get 8%. Next 6 months. So on 15,600, charge 8%, that is 624. So now the amount due after 12 months, 12 महीने के बाद कितना payment देना है? 15,600 plus 624, that is 16,224. Now, if I want to find for 6 more months on 16,224, add how much? So interest for 6 months, that will come up to 648.96, and then add that interest to the loan due. The total amount would be 16,872.96. With this, your question number 6 comes to an end.